Hey guys, right, it's just me right now. They've been quiet for ages and now there's just me right now. Hopefully Sam and Ian will be joining me, but for now let's continue Uncharted. I can't remember, was this the one? Oh. Well, that was quick. Wait, I've lost all the bullets. I had loads more than that. Wonder if I can pick them up again. It's because I think because I died. Because I remember being almost full. But, less than 2 minutes in and I've already died twice. Right, I think if yeah, there we go. I didn't go the wrong way, did I? Well, there I definitely did. 3 times in as many minutes. That's not the goal, by the way. I'm not trying to get killed as often as possible. I'm just not particularly good at this game. Treasure. Let's look for treasure. I know it's an HD remaster, but I'm liking the visuals here. I imagine on the PS3 at the time this was pretty groundbreaking. This isn't my first experience with the Uncharted series. I played Uncharted Golden Abyss on the PS Vita when that was new. Yes, the PS Vita. I owned one of those. That was a really good console. It's a shame it never got the support it needed. To this day, my favourite handheld. If you don't count the Switch, which is technically a console. If you do count the Switch, then that is my favourite handheld. Ooh, that was slightly unnerving. Okay, well, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Oh. Hey. Not playing an RPG, you can't just smash pots and things and hope for useful stuff to fall out. Besides which, she's an Indiana Jones style archaeologist. Like, you wouldn't just go smashing things. Although... Oh. Apparently not. That's 4. That's 4 deaths. I'm gonna try and keep count of how many deaths. I see. Well, let's see if I can do this without... without stopping, I mean. Well, no, that's that buggered. Huh.
Bust through that window.
Alright, how do I do that? Oh, like that, okay. A grenade. Okay. I am not doing well. Whoa. Oh, well, Sam joined me, but apparently you can't use voice chat. Where's that last one? Huh. Oh, I'm back to single shot. Okay. I'm not. I'm not much of a shotgun person. Sam will be back. With pizza. Well, I don't know that. Spray and pray, Drake. Spray and pray. Oh, I've got no grenades. Sam?
Hello.
Hey, Sam.
Konnichiwa, you magnificent bastard.
Hey, how you doing, man? I already started, hope you don't mind.
I don't mind. I'm not paying attention to the game. I'm just here to chat with you.
Well,
I've played through this, and it's nowhere near as racist as what we used to think it was.
well, I think we've largely based that on Yahtzee's review.
Yeah, that's I think where most of it comes from.
Yeah. He may have exaggerated for comic effect.
Of course he did. Like when he said that there were games for people who like to feel up little girls on subway trains. We know that's not true. That's what people who get drones or play Pokemon Go do.
I don't know, have you seen the Steam storefront?
No, I don't need... Ollie, I think we agree... I thought we agreed that when it came to the Steam storefront, it's not really a comparison.
Yeah.
It's like, one of those post-apocalyptic worlds where there's no law, so everyone does whatever they want, and everyone just assumes everyone just suddenly wants to sin and do horrible things. It's just kind of a thing. I mean, let's face it, Steam have said as long as it's not illegal, they don't care. Which is why AIDS exists.
They're worryingly committed to doing fuck all.
Yeah, so much for Steam being the marketplace of the future.
Yeah, there was a time when that was the case. There was a time I fucking loved Steam.
Oh, I know. I saw all the things of how Steam sales were the shit because of how unrealistic the things were, but they were real. You know. You could pay 35 quid for this, but why would you when you could pay maybe £5 for it? And now suddenly, like, we don't care. I mean, let's face it. It started with the bad stuff like BMC Studios and Digital Homicide.
Oh god, Digital Homicide.
Yes, who are now Loot 2 Games, who are constantly being thrown off of Steam and now have a very different view of what happened. Because my understanding of it is, the way Jim put it, is that they were trying to sue him for them not having a lawyer, and the end thing was that they were told they'd either have to drop the case or lawyer the fuck up. And the reality of it being too real made them drop it, because they didn't really have a case anyway, because the amount of money they were asking for in terms of trauma,
ludicrous.
it was literally on the level. Well, Down the Rabbit Hole has covered them twice at this point, including the whole Jim Sterling situation, But according to the other brother, he claims that they lost more money than most people will make in a lifetime, and that they had to quit making the games and doing all that stuff. Oh, not because they couldn't afford a lawyer, but because the main brother wanted to add, said that he'd have to have his brother in the lawsuit, and he didn't want to, so he closed it for the sake of his family and shit, which I call bullshit on.
Yeah. Oh, do I hear it?
No sign of her. It's either very good or very bad.
Is that little Nicole?
Yeah, that's little Nicole.
How's she doing?
I think she needs a bottle.
Ah.
If you'll just give me a second, I'm gonna
Of
just
course,
feed her.
of course.
Okay, I'll grab her and then grab the bottle. Okay, I've got the bottle. Just waiting for Liz is gonna bring it to me.
What the hell's she doing?
Child needs some skin on skin, like a tattoo. Only not as, permanent.
It worked. There he is. Oh boy.
So Ollie, have you ever thought of going to McDonald's and then as soon as you have the meat, pretend to be vegan and start apologising to the meat? I'm
No.
sorry, God. I'm sorry. I did come up with a way you could have probably helped your case in that meeting.
What?
You could have just done some weird shit like put ravioli or beans in your front pocket and then just start randomly pulling them out and eating them. Look, you don't mind if I brought a snack, I just need to get my sugar up or something. And as soon as they say sure, you just pull it out and then start eating it and go, oh fuck yeah, this is delicious. You want some?
Is that from something?
Come on. Come on, Nicole. That's a good girl. Good girl. Drink your milk. There you go, she's drinking now, she's fine. But yeah, you could have just put out some ravioli out your front pocket and eaten it in front of them.
I don't know how Mum would have reacted to that. Ah! Ian's here.
I think acting unusual and doing things that would be socially unacceptable would be fine. I mean, honestly, if it were me, I would have ran through there in a pink bodysuit screaming, hamburger please, and why'd she leave me?
Hello there.
Hello there, Ian. I saw your recent Sonic the Jerk. Dear God, you caught me by goddamn surprise, and the sad thing is I should have expected this shit. You made Tangela the worst kind of millennial.
Actually, she's a Generation Z.
Oh God, that's even fucking worse. Speaks only in hashtags.
If she was a millennial, she'd be more like us.
Not necessarily. If she was the stereotypical millennial, she'd be getting offended by literally everything.
That's not the stereotypical millennial. Like, the whole generation thing is bullshit anyway. Old people have been talking shit about young people since there have been people.
Yes, I know. I read the same Sun article you did during the election.
I didn't read the Sun. I don't read the Sun.
You know, that
What's
one
wrong?
that said... You know, that one that you showed me, that article, and went, this was a real thing that fucking happened. It goes, if we let these young people vote, they'll ruin everything. So he said,
yeah.
tell them the election's tomorrow, that thing, and like... At times like this, when you, I mean, I did hear things as well when young people were actually turning up at voting booths, a bunch of elderly people going, oh,
This is
fuck,
what
these
we
people are going to
feared.
ruin everything.
I heard this is
Yeah, you
what we
look at these
feared.
old, yeah, and you know what? All those young people had the courtesy not to say, you know what, most people your age are dead. Why aren't you?
I died 3 times within 3 minutes in this stream.
Yeah,
Happens to the best of us.
especially with these Nathan Drake things.
Yeah.
Well, it could be
Tripwires and
worse.
punji spikes.
Oh god, you ended up on the shit sticks.
You could have been playing Darksiders.
Ah,
Is it Darksiders?
Dark Souls, I
Is
think.
Yeah, Dark Souls. That's it.
Oh, all he's already done is Dark Souls thing where he dies, but he hasn't done the whole Dark Side Phil thing where people intentionally invade his world just to kill him. That was fucking hilarious. You know, the sad thing is that Phil isn't, even though I know that, well, Takahata 101 did that whole thing to parody Dark Side Phil in some regards. Phil isn't the worst thing from that genre. And that's the sad part.
Well,
Phil's a piece of shit, but low tier God is worse. I mean, all Phil did was expose his girlfriend's, you know, personal information and medical information. Low tier God threatens his with violence every time she laughs at him dying in Street Fighter.
let's not forget about the time he wanked while online.
Oh yeah, on that stream where he was caught masturbating.
What kind of people do you two follow?
It all started with Chris Chan.
Well, it started with Chris Chan, but then it turned out there were other people. Well, you see, there's this thing called Down the Rabbit Hole that I follow. It's like it follows certain things, not all of them online people, some of them actual things like a crazy cult in the United States that actually grew to way too big and caused a lot of problems and stuff like that, or certain mice experiments, but Darkside Phil was one of the people he did. And recently, I think the last thing he did was the Final Fantasy house, which in itself is fucking disturbing as shit.
Oh yeah.
The woman thinking she was actually Genova. And you thought Sephiroth's slave was fucked up.
Shock face emoji.
Don't fucking start with that tangled bullshit. I did like the little joke you made with Sally as well, and we're like, ooh, how old is she? She's 15. Oh, never mind then. Oh, come on, Sonic, don't you always like 'em young?
A reference to Elise.
Yeah, let's not talk about that thing ever again. We still didn't do that whole thing where the Yakuza where Kiryu and Majima kidnap Sonic and take him to their mob boss, Echo the Dolphin,
Soon.
and hold both 2 of Sonic's kids hostage, and one of them's like that really horrible hybrid child that he had with Elise, and he lets them kill that one.
Well, I'm going to change that.
Oh, come on, it was funny to have him kidnap Manic, you know, a child that's kind of okay, and then have a really deformed one because it's a mixture of human and animal that shouldn't exist, and he's okay with letting it be killed.
I think a long time ago, yes, but now we've gotten to a point where it's like we've become involved with the characters.
Well, I just think it'd be funny just for the fact that they'd do the whole thing like, Sonic, you must choose. I know how important your children are, so I will let you choose which one. Manic. What? Yeah, I want Manic to live. Oh, well, this is a little... Yeah. If you just told me over the phone, I would have told you. I didn't need to see him. God, look at him. He's got an eye where his mouth should be.
Well, thing is, I just think it would be too cruel to kill a child.
I suppose, even though I'm pretty sure you've played Skyrim at some point, and therefore you've tried to murder the children. We've all done it.
I haven't.
What?
I haven't murdered any innocent people.
Well, you're the
That was pretty
first
low.
person I've ever spoken to who has never tried at one point to kill a child.
Well, that would have been
And for
a
that,
lot easier if I'd known to do that. Oh well.
I mean, I commend you. Ian, I really, really commend.
Hmm. Hmm.
I've killed innocent people in Skyrim before, but not on purpose. It's like collateral
I
damage.
joined the Dark Brotherhood, so most people I killed were innocent.
Well, the most innocent people I've killed in a game was Fable 2.
Well, Fable 2 is easy to kill innocents, and well, anyone who played Hatred has killed people innocents in video games at some point.
It's not even that good a game from what I've seen.
I
of
know
it.
it's not that good a game. It really isn't. It's literally on the level of the game AIDS. And that's the only time where I can actually say it's like AIDS, and it be actually appropriate.
Controversy is one of the stupidest things in the world, isn't it? Because
Oh, sorry, I've just got to change the baby. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Come on.
these controversial figures say things that will piss people off only and precisely because they know they're going to piss people off, and it's to get attention, and then people just give it to them. It's like, if you want Katie Hopkins to stop reading what she says.
Exactly.
Just as an example.
I wonder if she loves Donald Trump.
Oh, I bet she does.
I read this really gross thing where she had an affair with Donald Trump.
Oh, God.
That's terrifying.
It is.
Oh. But the less said about that, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever played Doki Doki Literature Club?
No, though I have heard about it.
I haven't played it, but I have watched people play it.
Yeah.
And I actually like it.
Yeah. Laura
I'm
Kate
back.
Dale, a game journalist, was on BBC Two last week or so talking about that, because someone had killed themselves and was found to have been playing it, and you know how that song and dance goes.
Yes, we do.
But it's
Sorry,
getting hard.
I missed that. What?
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh yeah, that thing which the BBC completely misrepresented because they're idiot fucks.
Well, they
Yeah.
tried to, but they got Laura Kate Dale on there, who was... I don't know if you listen to Podquisition, but she's the co-host of that with Gavin Dunn, aka Miracle of Sound. It is Gavin Dunn.
Right.
But basically, she was on that show, and she said on Podquisition 2 minutes before they went on, because they talked about what they were going to say. Basically, the gist of their message was, be aware of what your kids are playing, and, like, you know, just the game has artistic merit, but there are themes in it that are going to be hard for some people. And just be aware of that. And then apparently 2 minutes before they went on, they said, oh, by the way, someone's mum's going to be Skyping in. And she was like, fuck. Because that's what they do, don't they? They get the one angry parent to present a quote-unquote balanced viewpoint.
But it isn't really a balanced viewpoint, really. It's a very biased one.
No, but here's the thing. The mum that was Skyping in had actually grown up playing games, and so was completely understood the situation. It's getting harder for them to do this. Well, because more and more people just know about this stuff now.
We got to remember, there's more parents who grew up in the 80s now, who are now, who were that generation that were raised by Nintendo and Sega and shit. And the thing is that the video game argument has fallen flat because it's now proven it doesn't do anything. Another point I should probably make... Well, to the extent
it can be proven.
Look, here's the thing. You will never definitively be able to prove that video games are sexist, racist, or homophobic. Well, if they cause any of these things, you'll never definitively be able to prove these things. Mainly because when these things do happen, the person themselves is usually mentally insane.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed from the Doki Doki thing, because it was on my Twitter feed at one point, of people, the fact that they made a very small.
There's
point
warnings all over the store page.
It's like, it has a warning on there that it's not safe for kids, but it's clearly aimed at them. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing: anime, in particular, it's based around an anime art style. If you have watched some anime is a varied fucking area. You know this as well as I do. I mean, for fuck's sake, hentai is a fucking thing.
Just because it's animated doesn't mean it's for kids.
Yeah, that's an argument people are going to have for ages, but yeah, they're going to say it's clearly aimed at kids. Really? So you're going to tell me next that Berserk is aimed at kids?
You're going to say that South Park is aimed at kids?
It is the same kind of argument, really. I mean, for fuck's sake, and that's the thing. They even showed the trailer, which in itself, I want to point out, also had the warning, the warning on it, the warning this is not for people under a certain age, and also
there are warnings all over it, man.
Oh yeah, but they don't care. The fact that it exists is like, oh no, this thing exists, and it doesn't matter how many warnings are on. We're going to try and make as many excuses so that parents don't have to take any fucking responsibility. And that's the thing. I've had this talk with my sister-in-law Margaret as well, when she said although Margaret has the really small-minded idea that the PS1 era Resident Evil 2 should be an 18.
Okay.
Then really shouldn't make an argument at all.
Well, what was I going to say? Yeah, I was saying to Ian earlier, what it's really about is because controversy is profitable. And it's one of the most stupid things on the planet, because, people like Katie Hopkins, people who say stuff to piss people off, simply because it's going to piss people off. Because it gets them attention and therefore money. Yeah, and it's like...
Yeah.
If you get pissed off by that, if you react to it, you're doing what they want you to do. If you want Katie Hopkins to lose her career, like, if you really want to hit her where it hurts, ignore her. Don't rise to it.
Some people are not born with that part of the brain.
Unfortunately.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where all the advertisements come to life. Just don't look and they'll die.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much... Yeah, I mean, we all know Katie Hopkins only exists in the media now because she gets a reaction. She knows that, and they even made a Viz joke out of her.
That's the only reason she ever existed.
I know.
Like
well, they made a Viz joke out of her where she's playing... Do you remember the old Spot the Clue comics from, like, years ago?
I don't think
where they'll have, like, a detective and they'll have a crime, and then the detective will then say the crime, and then it'll be, did you see the clue? Yeah. Katie Hopkins is the thing, and she blames a newborn baby, for a murder. And then afterwards goes, did you spot the clue? And says, I noticed that the computer was open, and on Twitter, no one was talking about me. So I said something horrible and horrific and complete bullshit with nothing to found my opinion, nothing legitimate and concrete to found my opinion on, just so people will pay attention to me. So, you know, the baby didn't actually do anything. It was just because people will then go, oh my god, she's blaming a baby, what a bitch, but it gets her the reaction she wants.
Yeah. Yeah. See, there are people that understand this, but there aren't
not
enough
of people do. I also saw a thing, I shared it on Facebook, I thought was funny. Basically, some guy apparently got upset because Ireland were not supporting England in the World Cup. And this woman actually explained why Ireland... Well, yeah, they actually said, well, let me give you a history lesson that actually explains why the Irish hate the English and all the horrible things England's done to Ireland. And England's response to all this, you know, killing most of their family and friends and stuff, trying to kill their culture, and murdering their their leaders of their country by pinning them up a wall and shooting them without a trial, was saying, oh, that was 100 years ago, you know, you should you should forget, you know, forgive and forget. It's like, that's like asking the actual, you know, the families of the murder victims, oh, don't be upset about this guy who stabbed your family up. You know, wish him well on his future fucking endeavours. So, you know, Ireland have a very good reason to hate England. Then again, everyone does. It's coming home, it's coming home. Well, if it's coming home and it hasn't been here since the 60s, will it be deported because it doesn't have the proper paperwork? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear, like, sorry to venture into politics, people, but did you hear that both Boris Johnson and David Davis are gone now? They've resigned.
Well, I didn't know Boris Johnson was gone. I know that David Davis went because the Brexit thing is a stupid idea. I'm sure you've seen my thing on Facebook that says that made the analogy of like England and Scotland living in a house together, and then saying, oh, well, they promised security, financial and everything. Now Brexit's happened and England's punched the landlord, has moved over with his friend, has started a business with his friend David to make a business selling woolly hats to pigeons. And Scotland is noticeably unhappy with this because this isn't what was promised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know Boris Johnson was gone, but I knew that Theresa May's entire thing was a mess. But I've already given my opinion on that whole thing of why sully a new fresh Tory when an old one will do just as well. Oh, don't look at my belly, baby. And you know, one of the new Tories who's in apparently wants to bring back the poor houses for the workhouses.
Yeah. Fuck's
Many people would rather die than go to those places. Then perhaps they should and decrease the surplus population. Alright, kids, that's enough Dickens for one day.
Christmas Carol.
Well, Cartman said it at one point when he didn't want to give money.
And he got mistaken for an Ethiopian. And how did they make that mistake?
Oh god, well, South Park's entire thing back then they were just doing dark humour. I mean, that's the only way to explain why Grandpa was the way he was. And I still watch Grandpa's stuff now and laugh my ass off. I showed it to Margie at one point and she was laughing at just when he was trying to get Cartman to kill him. He's like, hey, Tubbo, you can kill me, right? And he goes, I would never kill anyone unless they really pissed me off. And he goes, oh, well, your mother was here and I humped her like a little bitch. Grandpa! And then I dug up your great-grandma's skeleton and had my way with her, too. You piece of crap, I'll kill you. That's the spirit. It's just that.
Spray and pray, Drake. Spray and pray.
Oh, yeah, I'll be right back.
No way, Billy. We're gonna watch the Bob Saget show. Grenade.
I killed my grandpa when I was your age.
Did I tell you about the time I boofed your dad, fatso? I love the fact that it's canon, even though we'll never see it on the DVDs, that Cartman killed his dad and fed him to his half-brother.
Yeah. Hello, Arlington. Hello, Jack. More bullets.
Billy.
Grandpa!
Grandpa!
That's right, Billy.
I've been waiting to die for 20 minutes, for 20 years.
My name's
Yeah, I
not
love how he just
Billy.
stopped. And then, of course, he just went to doing old people things. I mean, I think I remember me and Ollie constantly laughing over the bit where he gets arrested and like, don't you lecture me, you son of a bitch. You just had to go and try and prove everyone wrong, didn't you, Dad? Now my son's going to talk to me like I'm 12. We're not treating you like children, Grandpa. Now I want you to apologize to Mr. Policeman. Yes, who's a sorry. Kiss my sagging ass.
I had to work on a cosplay today, so I haven't streamed it. Ah, cool. That will be the Mandalorian one, I assume. Alright, so what do we...
Same symbol. What's that got to do with the tower?
Billy.
Grandpa!
The sound.
Oh, when he fucked that Romanian woman and didn't notice she was dead. Oh, sweet Jesus. No wonder she didn't say goodnight. You dead. Oh, Grandpa.
No way, Billy! We're watching the Bob Saget show!
The Bob Saget.
Yo, knock knock. Bob. Bob Saget.
So yeah, oh yeah. And there is one thing that is apparently continuing, the Geno Samuel, Chris Chan documentary.
Oh yeah?
There are two channels doing it. One's re-uploaded all the old episodes, and one is apparently continuing to do his own documentaries. But like he's claiming he might do, like he's implying he might continue the current ones like Geno Samuel is doing, but he might just wait for him to come off hiatus. But none of the channels have been taken down at this point, which I think we should take as a win.
Hmm.
Because at this point, there's a whole campaign, Free Geno.
Hmm.
Because as far as I understand it, it's just one guy on Kiwi Farms who's claiming ownership of Chris Chan, all of the Chris Chan stuff.
Hmm.
And is trying to stop Chris from being mocked anymore, even though really it's not even mocking or anything. It's actually the most unbiased and least offensive, documentary they've done on him.
Kind of weird because
It is.
I thought the Kiwi Farms guy hated it, Chris.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know Kiwi Farms has a whole thing, and the whole belief system is that if you have a Kiwi Farms profile on there at all, or you have been covered by Kiwi Farms, then you're a piece of shit, because Darkside Phil has them, the Sons of the Patriots have them, or whatever they were called, the people who harassed him. Chris Chan has one, and a couple of online personalities all have them. But usually only if they're assholes.
Hmm.
But it's treated as a whole, if you have what you do not want to have one kind of thing.
Okay, well, lesson learned here. Ollie, Sam, let's not be assholes.
You'd think that would be kind of clear.
It seems simple enough to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've seen Chris's one, I've seen Movie Bob's one, and I've seen Darkside Phil's, and I'm pretty sure they've made one for Low Tier God, because honestly, I've watched some of his stuff, and he has this annoying habit. that, you know, when Darkside Phil loses in a online game and Street Fighter, and he just calls them scrubs and just throws petty insults.
Yeah.
Low tier God just quits the game before the final hit. He gets hit and gets the KO thing, so they don't rank up because he doesn't feel anyone deserves to have a win over him. He's one of those people. He also entered a lot of tournaments and got completely fucking destroyed by actual people. He got beaten by a disabled guy who couldn't use his hands, so he had a special Xbox controller made that could be controlled with his mouth. And he lost to him quite convincingly, so he started insulting his disability and everything because, you know, that's kind of the thing he does.
Yeah, because that's a reasonable reaction.
Yeah, it is. You know, a guy beats him legitimately and fairly, and, you know, doesn't have the advantage of being able to use his fingers and everything and learning those skills at all. So, you know, insult his physical appearance and disability. And also use racist words, even though you yourself are a black man, and using those kind of words is kind of confusing to come from you. Yeah, he's a very polarizing human being. And the best thing is, at a convention, I think someone actually called him out and said, look, you're a bitch, you're a cunt, and, you know, if I actually saw you in person, I'd say it to your face. He just turned up and he's all juiced up on... Well, it's alleged he uses steroids and shit. And he all he does is puff out his chest. He's like, what'd you say to me? Like, yeah, you're a pussy and a bitch.
Oh. It's been that long since I've encountered a game with quick time events, I wasn't ready for them.
Ollie, you've got to get into this for Shenmue. You gotta eat lightning and crap thunder.
Yeah, that's true. Shenmue basically invented QuickTime events. Well, it invented a lot of the things that modern games use that we take for granted. Ollie, watch your head. Will do. There is no way he could have done that. Why would he even think to do that? Just a second. Do you wish to join me for a string of Detroit? Perhaps. See how I feel after this one. Alright.
You know, I'd welcome a new Tomb Raider at this point.
Hmm?
I was just saying I'd welcome a new Tomb Raider.
Oh, well, there's one on
Did
the way.
you play the 2013 one? It was
I did.
2013, I believe.
I did, yeah.
I think my wife did. We played the new
I
Tomb
did
Raider
too, yeah.
a couple of years ago.
Is that the Egyptian one?
No, not the Egyptian one. The one before that. I think you played the PS4 one, the PS3 one.
That where they restarted it and
Yeah.
got stranded on that island?
Yeah,
It
that
was
one.
PS4 in fact.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I saw Joe Hendry on Impact.
Right.
He debuted with Grado going Joe Hendry makes things better. He can wrestle, he can sing. Joe Hendry makes things better. On Thursdays on Impact Wrestling. Yeah, he's apparently stuck with Grado because Scottish.
I watch a step. Okay, so I don't see the next handhold.
Let's see.
I'm not just supposed to go down.
Which do you think is better, old Laura or new Laura?
I didn't really care for either of them, if I'm being brutally honest.
I personally like new Laura.
Yeah.
Because she's more real.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you want your grip? Yes, thank you, Captain Hindsight. So is Joe Hendry face again now?
Yeah, he's face now.
So what happened to him in Defiant Wrestling or what have you?
I haven't watched Defiant enough to know. All I know is that after the What Culture guys went, there was a major shift in everything, you know, with new staff and everything. So they split up the Prestige for no apparent reason and kept it as just him and El Ligero. He carried the Prestige gimmick all the way over to ICW, and I don't know what else he's been doing for a while. I know he did some announcing for 5 Star Wrestling on its one and only show, and then I heard nothing else for a while since now. Mark and Joe Coffey are over and El Ligero are in WWE now, along with Travis Banks, so that's them gone.
Yeah. The Iron Man joke. I
And
doubt he can
Simon
keep
Miller
the Iron Man gimmick in WWE though, can he?
No, although there were people literally doing the da 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 da, and he did refer to himself as the
Here
Iron King
comes
constantly.
Tony Stark. The greatest guy in the world. You know, Tony Stark can kick that guy's ass. All I have to do is just slip into my suit and I would have this level done in no time.
There's loads of ammo here, that means I'm gonna need it. Gore shadowing.
Ammo? If it's not made by Tony Stark, it might as well be toothpicks made of shit. Oh god, I love Ian when he's doing his Tony Stark bit. Oh yeah, speaking of, apparently people are upset because the new Iron Man got her ass kicked by Thanos, even though technically speaking she really fucking deserved it.
Why?
She did. Basically, they were doing this trial, I think, and they proved Thanos. They proved a point to Thanos, and he was congratulating them all. You know, he's like, "Well done. You've proven yourselves quite worthy. I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to let you all leave and do what you want. And everything." So he wasn't posing any kind of hostile threat. The new Iron Woman decides, for no adequately explained reason, fuck you. I've never lost a fight before anyway, so because I'm fucking Iron Woman, and then decided to attack him for no reason, even though everyone else was telling her, no, there's no need to attack Thanos. He's not our enemy at this point. So she tries it anyway, and he just grabs her and she starts screaming, "Well, who do you think you are?" And goes, "Easy, I'm Thanos." And he just destroys all of her armor and then tosses her to the floor and goes, "Look, you amused me. Now, you all amused me. Now go and live whatever pathetic lifespan you humans have." That's literally all it was she attacked him for no reason. He retaliated and didn't kill her. He just destroyed her armor to prove a point of, look, I could just kill you if I wanted. And what you're doing is stupid.
Be as good as Tony
Oh no,
Stark.
she isn't, but everyone's upset because like, wow, she lost. It's like, yeah, it's called humbling. It happens. It happens in these things. Iron Man didn't always win everything he did. especially against the Mandarin.
What are you talking about? I don't recall a loss. Tony Stark never loses.
Tony Stark is as Tony Stark does.
Captain America? Who's that?
No, don't.
I didn't realise that was a grenade launcher. I'd have used it on that guy. I thought it was a shotgun.
If you had to choose your own super team for killing the Justice League, who would it be? Who would be in it?
Ah. Goku, he'd
My own
one-shot
suit.
all of them.
I would bring Batman over to our team.
Well, he did leave them to join the Power Rangers. That's
Yeah, that's
canon
true.
now, by the way. You just deal with that.
That's okay, we'll have Batman join with the Marvel gang. Because he's Batman. Enough said.
Isn't it kind of pointless debating what is and isn't canon in comic books? There are so many different canons.
Yeah, I know there's so many canons, but when you're doing when it comes to the versus community, they need to apparently be told these days which version of characters are you talking about using, because it does make a major fucking difference.
Apparently a bunch of fans are starting a Kickstarter campaign to make the Joker gay.
Why?
Exactly.
Wasn't it bad enough that they were complaining about Avengers Infinity War solely because there weren't any queer superheroes in their eyes?
I mean,
Who does this help? What does this actually do for anything?
Goku didn't kill Superman. Yes, he did. You're misremembering.
It doesn't really matter. Yes, there are various variants of Superman, and as I've mentioned before, Death Battle's problem is they could never stick to one specific Superman, so used multiple feats from various different Supermen when it came to his feats, and in some cases flat out lied about feats he had done. He never lifted the Spectre at any point, and he never lifted the page of infinite pages. That never happened. I mean, he tried, but he dropped the book, and the book had a finite number, not an infinite one. And Hal Jordan lifted the Spectre, not Superman, because Superman fucking couldn't. I mean, him and Wonder Woman tried, and the Spectre didn't weigh any infinite, because that's not a thing. Because the Spectre can change his weight to whatever he wants, and if he did weigh infinity, he would be going through the fucking floor.
and you can't choose Batman, he's got to die. No, he doesn't have to die. He knows the Justice League's weaknesses. That gives him an advantage.
Well, not just that, you do know that canonically he has actually gotten that he does have dossiers on how to defeat every single member just in case he has to. And he has defeated the Justice League on his own at one point. True, it took months of planning, but he did do it.
Yeah. Oh, and I saw this really funny comic where it's like the whole keeping the dossiers on the other team members kind of thing. They're like, it's like, how could you and all that? And he's like, I even kept a dossier for myself, about myself. They're like, really? Can we see it? Sure. They open like the file and all it says is, run.
Huh.
Batman, he'd never last against Tony Stark.
Yes, he does. Guaranteeing leaving him alive guarantees failure.
I'm just preparing myself. I don't know which way I've got to hold her, on my lap, on my shoulders.
No.
Hello.
Batman will just join a better team.
My parents are dead.
I know how
I
you
do as
feel.
well. Yeah, Liz just went, I wish they were. I feel her pain.
Let's see.
So great about being a nation of cheesemakers.
Well, we'll definitely have Tony Stark on the team.
Oh yeah, gotta have Tony.
Yeah.
Maybe Doomsday, if he can be Are we going off the whole thing that the group will just, you know, continuously, you know, will be actually cooperate with each other, or you know, are they just going to have their whole? If they wouldn't work together, you know, in an actual battle, they won't actually work together. Are we taking their personalities into account, or are we solely going off potential of, you know, if we just team them up and they were cooperative?
Okay. If we can't use Batman, then we'll have Owlman.
Anti-Monitor and Galactus. That is it.
In fact, let's have the whole crime syndicate of America.
Oh god, what, you mean the one including cocaine-sniffing Superman?
Yep.
I love that one. He just gets the kryptonite and crushes it into his hand and sniffs it like... Anyone and unlimited resources. Okay. Anti-Monitor, Doomsday, Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, the entirety of the Marvel Celestials, including Existence and Eternity,
Ultraman, Owlman, Superwoman, Johnny Quick, and Power Ring.
All
oh
you
god,
need is
not
Squirrel
Power Ring.
Girl. You only need Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, Squirrel. He's right. Squirrel Girl would just beat the Justice League easy.
Why use the credit they lost? But yeah, but if they're on the Marvel team, they'll be unstoppable.
Yeah, especially if they get Ultraman and Umbrella, block out the sun.
And you gotta have
or their
Owl.
version of Lex Luthor. You know, the one who just says Shazam backwards and he gets all their powers, and every time he kills a superhero, he takes their powers.
And you've got to have Deadpool on the team as well.
Oh yeah, and Deadpool.
Well, I don't think he'd want to be left out.
Oh no, he's fourth wall breaking enough that he'd insist on it.
Yep.
And I still say the Anti-Monitor just so I can just get away with going blah. That's right, Superman. I destroyed Earth too. Me. And then I shot Lois Lane in the face with a gun made of knives, you giant blue sack of shit. And then I stuck Supergirl's head on a stick. That never happened. Everything happened the way I say it happened. Fuck you until eternity's degree. Blah.
And got to have every single Midgardian as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Mephisto. Well,
Oh,
Mephisto,
yeah.
the devil, the Marvel devil,
Oh yeah.
and Lady Death.
And Galactus.
Well, you could have Galactus and any of the Celestials, including, you know, Mistress Hate and you know, the Stranger.
Justice League would be screwed.
Oh yeah, fuck the Justice League. Fuck you, Justice League. I'm joining the Power Rangers. That is a thing that happened. Batman deciding to join up with the Power Rangers, who apparently their comic is really fucking dark right now, especially their evil hybrid of the Green Ranger and White Ranger, who goes around murdering people.
Pray that you will meet us there.
I know, let's have the Power Rangers well. That way Batman can join.
Batman can join, although would he work with Lord Draken?
What were you plotting?
Which is literally evil Tommy Oliver. Who is basically totalitarian Hitler.
Yeah, I think I saw a trailer about that.
Yeah, apparently Jason the Frank really likes to Well, Jason Frank really likes doing the Lord Draken character and everything because it is literally a hybrid of the two Rangers he really does, and the comics have made him such a really good alternative that people love his armor and stuff. And all I know of his story and stuff is that he literally got free of Rita's brainwashing, chose to go back, served under her, and now he pretty much united the world under Rita, but he's a lot more powerful than she is. He even went to the past just to make sure she'd win, while telling her that he's only doing it because she couldn't. Although, let's give credit where credit's due, the best thing Power Rangers gave us that the Japanese version didn't give us was Lord Zed. Dude, that guy was so disturbing people's parents called in to complain about him. Oh, what's the matter? Come on, Nicole. Do you need to burp? Come on.
It's because you
Up on
mentioned
Daddy's
Lord
shoulder.
Zed.
Well, come on, he had exposed muscles and tubes and stuff.
Jack says he'd use a simpler team. Scorpion, Loki, Doomsday, Deathstroke, HK-47, and HK-51. Oh, come on, if you're going to destroy the Justice League, do it with style.
Now, Ian, simple things for simple people. I mean, if I wanted to go simple, I could just go with the Anti-Monitor, because just remember, it took the entirety of the DC Extended Universe, including multiverses, just to put him down originally, and it results in the deaths of at least, you know, in terms of canon characters, the deaths of Robin, the Huntress, Supergirl, and the original Flash. Who, technically speaking, though, to be fair, the Flash killed himself. He did run so fast that he stopped himself existing.
Was it Barry Allen?
Yeah, Barry Allen he ran so fast that he actually stopped himself from existing, but in doing so, it kind of, you know, it destroyed him, but destroyed the Anti-Monitor's canon or something.
It's just that when you said original Flash, I thought you meant Jay Garrick.
Oh, no, sorry, that was my bad.
Why does DC want us to forget that Jay Garrick was the original Flash?
They just like to mess around with it because they can't really make much money off it, I don't think, so they don't really bother. If they can't make money off it, they don't bother. It's literally the only reason Power Girl still exists.
I think it's because his costume looked ridiculous.
He was wearing a bowl on his head.
Well, even in the
blue pants.
Even in the Flash TV show, like, there is a Jay Garrick, but he's an alternate universe Flash.
Yeah. Which was okay.
And I think he's played by Dr. Cox from Scrubs or something, isn't he? No, wait, no. Wait, yeah, he is, isn't he?
He's played by the guy who originally played the Flash in the original TV show.
Oh. And so's Barry's dad, I think, isn't he?
Yeah. And Mark Hamill played the villain in that original... played the Trickster in the same original show.
Huh.
Along with his wife. Well, not his real-life wife, but his wife in the show played his sidekick, who was the same character in the new Flash.
That is amazing. I love that they got Mark Hamill back to play the Trickster. I mean, he was...
Yeah.
Might take Lord Zed on my team.
Suppose if you want to go simple and defeat the Justice League, just get Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
I can't wait for her TV appearance.
Yeah. I'm a season behind on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but
Oh, did you know
Oh, what?
the guys behind Arrow, The Flash, and all that have made another TV show.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Titans,
Ah,
based off the Teen Titans.
Yeah, I heard that
interesting.
that people got upset because they didn't like the new Starfire.
Well, I haven't.
What,
Well,
I
what's
haven't. I've
wrong
only
with it?
seen a bit. Apparently, because the costume looks like shit or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's most people are familiar with the cartoon version of Starfire, but apparently seeing what they consider, and I'm going by their words here, I don't really share their opinions when it comes to this, but a morbidly an obese, I didn't think she was that big, to be honest, black woman wearing what looked like a hobo outfit, or a really poor cosplay version of Starfire. And like,
They never start
eh.
out with their iconic costumes in these shows.
No, they worked.
They
They
get them
kind of
later.
worked. And plus, when it comes to the race thing, I'm just gonna go Nick Fury and say Domino, and then I'm just gonna leave it at that.
yeah, and thing is, they have like it's pretty much the same team except they don't have Cyborg. Teen Titans without Cyborg.
Well, maybe Cyborg will come later.
Well, so isn't Cyborg in the Justice League shit right now?
He
As
is,
bad
yeah.
as it is.
That's probably why they weren't allowed to use him.
Ah well. Look, it's DC Spawn, so I tend to not have high hopes. But if
The
it's
DC
good, it's
TV
good.
shows are good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I went into B&M the other day and I saw a load of Arrow stuff, and I thought of you instantly.
Oh,
And I
by
thought,
the way, that's
what do
the
I
next
really
thing
wanna
I'm going to
spend?
recap.
I was like, do I really need to spend £2.50 on an Arrow statue just to go, hey Ollie, look what I found? The answer is no. But Ollie, nothing they do in Arrow will beat You're Not Going Home, Thea.
Get out.
Nothing beats Crixus.
So what were you
Yeah.
looking for?
Well, Deathstroke was the best, but it never reached the heights of Season 2 again.
No.
But it's still good.
Well, now, that looks familiar.
Oliver Queen.
Elena.
It's a good impression.
Do you see what those bloody corporations do? They take your ideas and then they suck them. Suck them like leeches until they've gotten every single drop of the marrow from your bones.
You're the reason my shadow was killed.
I doubt you're gonna find El Dorado in there. How'd you get yourself in this mess?
Trying to rescue you, as a matter of fact.
Think about all the robots from other franchises that people can say would destroy the original Megazord just on the basis of
Some mortar, huh?
that
How'd you get to know so
more
much about
power.
My show, episode 4, Architects of a New World. Yep. It'll just take a tug to pull these bars out.
What? No, wait, are you sure?
Great.
Eddie Raja. I should have guessed.
Fascinating document, huh? Seems like this Sir Francis was in my line of work.
Don't flatter yourself, Eddie.
Oh,
Always ready
that a more powerful version was destroyed by Rita.
Yeah, Rita destroyed the original Megazord was kind of shit. That was kind of the point, which is why it got its ass damaged at one point by a fish that could freeze things. So they had to upgrade them to the Thunder Zords, which was just another Zord from another Sentai. Then that got destroyed along with the Tiger Zord by Rito's brother.
goddamn rock. And now,
Well, Rita's brother Rito.
can't even go outside.
By overpowering them, they had to go to the best character from the original Mighty Morphin era, Ninja. Seriously, Ninja was like the best thing ever.
They're awful. You help me find the treasure.
There's no one called Ninja here. Go away. He's like Marvin the Martian became a ninja.
The girl. Eddie, the girl's long
Or Dudley Do Right.
It's also the fact that he'd do all those things like pose on the floor and do ridiculous things to dodge and teleport.
You were never very good
Oh,
at
that makes me so angry.
He actually did that as well as Ninja. Like, ooh, I'm getting incredibly angry, and then he'd grow big and transform and shit. And then they turned Goldar into an idiot.
I liked Ninja when he was Master Vile's prisoner, says Jack.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, Master Vile himself was weird, but I like the fact that when Rita and Zed got away in the Zeo series, they lived on the moon in a camper van. And they went to go live with it. They said they were going to go live with Master Vile. And like, I'm not moving in with your parents. Yeah, it's funny how Rita looks nothing like anyone else in her family.
Yeah.
Also, note we didn't see much of Scorpina after season 1, to be honest. But apparently that's because the actress who played her kept demanding more and more money, or something. The guy who played Billy was also a dick. And blew up King Mondo. Oh yes, they blew up King Mondo. Until that whole thing with Power Rangers in Space, where they all ended up like with the Council of Evil, because they finally captured Zordon and were going to kill him by slowly dipping him in lava.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a thing. They slowly dipped lava, and in the end, the way they fixed everything was destroying Zordon's tube, which in turn killed most of the villains and turned Rita into a normal human being or something, or a witch, a good witch or something, and didn't appear until what I call Harry Potter Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Where she became the Mystic Mother. Although when I was at Comic-Con, I did run into an actual Rita cosplayer who did the thing perfectly. She even posed for a few I've got such a headache poses. I think the actress who played her originally in the original first season's dead anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they just dubbed over her very badly in the original, and then when it came to season 2 and 3, they just got a completely different actress to play her.
Well, it was stock footage anyway.
Well, yeah, all of it was stock footage, because the original one only had 50 episodes, and yet or at least 25 episodes, and I think that the original Mighty Morphin went longer, so they had to literally borrow the Green Ranger suit from the Japanese company and even reshoot new footage to include the White Ranger, who was from a completely different show.
Huh. Look out! Cliff!
So who Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, but will you believe
How many bullets are in you right now, do you suppose?
Get the hell out of here.
I think you'd prefer not to know.
Damn it. Come on.
I'd prefer not to know. Frankly, one is too many.
Going somewhere?
Hey, Eddie.
Did you really think you could escape from
And they always say, "Ah, it's got a bad
No,
case of lead
just
poisoning,
give the young
see?"
lady the $10
And
tip.
then, you know, when they're in this, you know, there's all, I mean, all those bullets have got to leave at least a little bit of lead residue. Oh my god, by the time he's 60, he's going to be mad as a hatter.
Heh.
this guy's crazy?
He tried to, the back wheel's over the edge.
Easy, buddy.
Well, you're out of luck now. And out of road. Now, give me that map.
Hold on. All right, you got me, fair and square.
Hey, don't move.
Relax, Eddie. Just getting the map like you asked. I said, hold on.
I am.
Well, hand it over.
Well, now, you told me not to move. Looks like you're gonna have to come get it.
Hey, come
The drowned city.
Oh, God's sake.
Is that all of them? I think so. Ah, I'm not in the party because of a network error. Ah, well, since I'm just gonna create the party again. I'm still here. Oh, cool.
Hey, so,
I left the party because of a network error. I don't know what that was, but
yeah, I just noticed. Now we just gotta get Ian to reach.
he'll be there.
Speaking-
There he is.
The return of Tony Stark.
Hey,
The Starkening.
My new movies: Tony Stark 1, Tony Stark 2, Dawn of the Living Tony, and Tony Stark 3, The Starkinator.
we don't talk much about that one.
No, but it did introduce a load of sex moves which I'm going to name after me.
The Tony Stark.
In fact, we're going to change the name of sex to Tony Starking.
Tony
That's the
Stark.
best. So every woman can say that's the best Tony Stark I've ever had.
And it's true.
And then I can say, I'm so good at it, I'm named after it.
Tony Stark.
This was a big mistake.
No kidding. You know, I should have turned before the bridge.
It's very funny.
You can try all you want,
you-
but you'll never be Tony goddamn Stark with his own
Did you-
goddamn
Check
helicopter.
this out. Okay, see this building in the harbor? That's where all the boats coming into the colony would have unloaded their cargo.
Hey Ollie, remember when I played Ulthor Longbeard?
This island
Yes, I remember.
would have come
Did you?
through here.
I really wish I'd put more effort into that character.
Yeah?
Wait, stop.
Yeah, it was fine.
I really wish I'd done more agony-oriented voice that involved cleaving people.
Get out of here. Are you giving up?
Maybe you hadn't noticed, but we're kind of outnumbered.
I'm back in bed.
So far.
Alright?
Yeah. Did you want to join my stream tonight?
It's on my
I don't know, Jack.
Oh, please.
It's getting a little late.
Don't use me as
Maybe.
an excuse.
Fine. It's me, okay? I am quitting. Are you coming or not?
So that's it. You're just gonna forget about the treasure and forget about Drake?
God damn it, this is not worth dying over.
Okay. Okay. Listen, either way, we have to head back to the harbor. Don't worry about it. We can argue about it later. It'll be great.
Wait. This time, I drive.
Okay.
So Ollie, we're going to do all of the Nathan Drake games. Is that the aim here?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
How does a whole colony just
I'll be honest, I don't know if I've played the second one. I know I've played the first and the third one, because I know the third one was free for a while on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And I remember it took up a lot of space.
Yeah.
His name is James Cameron, explorer of the sea.
His name is James Cameron, the bravest pioneer.
Oh god, I loved James Cameron. But I love South Park's James Cameron and the fact that him lifting a physical bar somehow fixes America.
How did the bar go this low?
How do you explain Honey Boo Boo? Randy Newman. I can't have you raising the bar, otherwise no one will hire me.
You got Randy Newman to do the music. You're not trying that hard.
About a cursed Inca treasure? You don't suppose that...
Please don't tell me you believe in this stuff.
I'm just saying. Something bad happened here. The whole colony doesn't just up and vanish.
Yeah.
Well, how do you explain it? Looks like that cable would get us up there.
Let's go check it out.
I'll stay here and keep an eye on our ride. See if you can figure a way to get us to that tower.
You alright, guys? Still there?
Yep.
Cool. Still here? Cool, cool. Alright. Damn it. Okay.
Boy.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Is she biting?
The claws.
Oh wow.
Come on, Nicole. Just latch on.
Oh boy. Oh man. Okay.
Oh. Okay. Oh no, I don't know if I want the. It's got more bullets. Yeah, but this one is more precise. How's things going over there, Sam? Sam? Ian, are you still there? They're all still in the party. Ah. Why does water kill him now? He's survived tougher falls than that.
Okay, I'm back.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ian said he'll be back in a bit, I think.
Yeah. I thought you were being uncharacteristically quiet, but.
Well, I'll be honest, I was also eating.
Yeah. Oh no, water, my one weakness.
Oh, I can think of 5 reasons for you to shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, composite Santa.
I got 5. I got 6 little friends here, and they can all run faster than you.
Yeah, that's from dusk till dawn, I think. If you try to run, I got 6 little friends right here, and they can all run faster than you. Are we clear on rule number 1? Yeah, funny enough, my sister apparently remembers Seb.
Really?
She does not have a very high opinion of him.
I see. What is your sister's opinion of Seb?
She doesn't like him because he's a Tory councillor. I could say other things, but I don't want to sling shit.
Yeah.
But let's just say the subject of my mom asking, do I still see Seb, and then the words, oh, no, oh, that fucking idiot came up. And my sister started this whole rant. And he's the twat who keeps complaining about one thing and one thing only. It's usually to do with grass. But as I've said, my sister's opinion means very little of anything. Just remember that. She's never heard of you, Jack. Don't worry. And again, my sister's opinion means jack shit, because keep in mind, she shit all over my friends all the time. It was kind of an annoying thing she did.
Yeah, my mum had a habit of doing that. I say has a habit of doing that.
Yeah, it's only in recent years she's actually started thinking nice things. Yeah, but you complain about a variety of things, and as annoying as some of those things are to complain about, you don't complain about one specific thing over and over again and use it for political reasons. I think is my sister's point.
Wait, so she's exposed to Seb through his politics?
Yeah, that's why she hates him. Because she said he's a Tory twat, in her words.
Really?
Yeah, she hates him because he's a Tory, but also, I don't know his policies, but she said he comes across as extremely fucking retarded. Again, I don't know, because I've been aware, I'm in a completely different country where, you know, the Tories are more laughed at than taken seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I shouldn't find that funny, but I do.
I'm big.
Ian's back.
Yeah. My dad has always had a problem with all my friends living long distance. Is that with your friends who live long distance, or with the fact that they do?
Why can't they live in this part? That kind of thing.
So as your...
I mean, I know he doesn't like me very much, and frankly I can't blame him, but...
Yeah, I don't get it. People seem to love you anyway. I mean, my family seem to like you anyway.
I don't think your family know me quite well enough to not like me. Well, not that normally stops people, but...
And Liz
I'm
likes you.
saying give them time.
Yeah. I mean, Liz
They
likes you.
will come to hate me as much as anyone else should.
Ollie.
Yeah, I like Ollie.
See? Liz likes you. I like you, and I've known you longer than anybody.
Well,
Did
yeah,
your
that's
family
true.
say anything about
Yeah, I
me?
mean, Ollie, I've been your friend for 10 fucking years, maybe more than that, and I like you. Yeah, definitely more than that, mine.
Yeah, I think I was... I met you when you were 15, I believe.
You met me when I was 15.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 30 this year, so that's 15 years.
Yeah.
So they say anything about me?
Alright,
No. I mentioned you a couple of times. I mentioned you a couple of times. I mentioned that we went to college with you, And they've noticed I do a few shows with you and tag you in a lot of my wrestling videos, so they see it as all a good thing. I also said that, you know,
Uh-huh.
apparently you're a good voice you're a good voice actor, and that's a thing. And I happen to agree that you're a great voice actor.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, you do Mark Hamill's Joker really fucking well. I mean, if that isn't a need for an accolade, I don't know what is.
Oh. Ow. Ow. Right. So, okay, I don't know where to go.
One hell of a time.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Right, okay. Why? How do I get that? Where do I go? I'm getting frustrated now.
Don't ask us. I haven't played this.
Oh no, always going to get gamer rage, and then the internet's going to. Then suddenly parents are going to blame him for a bunch of murders he's going to do, but he's really going to do them because he's mentally unstable. But let's not remember any of that.
Please.
No, these women that he hung upside down in his closet and stabbed multiple times and wears their skin. Yeah, that's nothing to do with anything. That's just a harmless boy hobby. It's this video game of him playing, I don't know, Mary-Kate and Ashley's Mall Adventure. That shit is dangerous. What about his diary here that says, I hate anybody who's blonde. I hate everybody who's blonde and they must be cleansed. No, it's this fucking video game right here.
I don't know if I'm more offended by the fact that you think I'd do that or by the fact that you think I'd play Mary-Kate and Ashley's Mall Adventure.
Yeah.
Look, Ollie, I don't have a moral compass. I just watched a Filthy Frank thing where he was claiming that only paedophiles play the Pokemon Go thing, so his friend got a phone and found that one person was playing it in their area, and it was in a park in the middle of a storm, so they went to see if it was a paedophile. But come on, let's go see if we'll get molested, even though we're in our 30s. And I'm just still on the phone in the car, like, there he is, he's round the corner, there he is, quick, let's go see if it's, oh my god, there's a bearded man in a car, get him, it's him. He also once made the joke of, oh, these people who like Japanese anime, they just want to be Japanese. Well, guess what? I wanted to be Thomas the Tank Engine when I was a kid, but I didn't get that. Dreams don't come fucking true. Just wanted a piece of Percy's ass. You know what I'm saying? I want a piece of that helicopter's ass. Though apparently Filthy Frank no longer does anything because of his physical health now. Then again, after seeing his videos, you can see why. Maybe running through Japan in a pink suit, jumping into random places, screaming "hamburger, please," and making weird screams and sounds.
That sounds like something that Logan Paul would do.
Yeah, but he's not as bad as Logan Paul. He doesn't act. I mean, he does do ridiculous things in public. Like at one point, he was mocking vegans, and he was going, "Excuse me, I'm vegan." No, you didn't hear me. I'm fucking vegan. Give me this fucking medal. I deserve it.
Stuff like that seems to be the only thing you can do to get noticed on YouTube now.
Yeah, he was joking about it. In the end, he got attacked by a vegan character that threw him a vegan sandwich that he enjoyed. Actually, this is pretty good. How much was this? $19. Fuck that. He's saying he doesn't really care either way if you eat meat or vegan or anything like that. He doesn't really hate it or anything. He hates the more overly passionate people. But if you want to eat it, it's fine. He's just going to go. He's not going to go to McDonald's and then go, "Oh God, I'm really sorry." The thing is, chicken nuggets are delicious. They could replace it with feces at this point, or tell me it was feces and I wouldn't care. They could tell me to give me hepatitis and I wouldn't care at this point.
The thing is,
Oh, meat is killed? Oh, wow. Congratulations, you've learned fucking nothing.
the thing is though, it doesn't stop at food. Apparently,
Well,
vegans
not
can't
only
don't.
that, the only real difference I've noticed in the whole preparation and everything of food is that when meat is killed for carnivore use, it's devoured. When animals are killed for vegans, it's just killed for the sake of it.
Yeah, but
Because, you know, they have to kill animals to stop their precious crops from being eaten, so they'll kill animals here, there, and everywhere.
apparently they don't wear like leather shoes either.
No, they don't use animal products of any kind, so no leather, none of that stuff, so, you know.
Oh, Zam's here. Hey guys, bye guys.
Hey, Zam. Bye, Zam.
Hey,
I
Zam.
noticed you're only popping in for a quick visit, so... Yo. Hello. And goodbye.
I miss her already.
I
Me
miss her
too.
too. That smile just makes everything worthwhile. It destroys the whole argument of, you know, this vegan argument. I don't really want to do it. I just want to look at her face.
How do you know what her face looks like?
Because I could see the fucking face on the comments.
Ah,
I saw a channel.
right. Oh yeah, the picture comes up by the comments on the web browser version.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing.
Hmm.
Alright, okay. Alright, okay, I'm getting a little wet. Okay. Nope.
Hey, at least you're not really fucking angry right now.
Don't turn into Darkside Phil.
No. Although the other thing I saw Filthy Frank do was the drone thing, where he was explaining drones. It turned into a whole thing where he came home and caught his drone being fucked by another drone. Well, a black drone, and you know he got cucked by the drone. And then it tried to attack him. Like, oh, why did you cheat on me with this thing? Is it because his blades are bigger? Then he just drags it out into the middle of a field and shoots it with a shotgun. While it's screaming and begging him not to kill it. Also, his MacBook was alive, and he explained the difference between, you know, his idea of the difference between PC and Mac, and saying, well, the argument is completely pointless.
No.
Look, they're both shit. Okay, the Mac is is just the rich guy's thing. It's the equivalent of that really pretty girl who's really rich, has a good dad, but she can't give a blowjob for longer than 3 minutes because her jaw gives out. And
Okay,
the PC
I've been
is the
going in
equivalent of that
circles for ages. This isn't...
Oh. And the PC is just the equivalent to that girl who you know gives good head and everything, but she's probably got a virus, if you know what I mean. There's definitely a jet ski down here.
We came in on that.
Follow your dreams, son. So you're just gonna throw a grenade randomly? Yeah, take that, boxes. Fuck you. And fuck anything I might have needed in there that was just been blown up by the shrapnel.
Sad face emoji.
Oh, give it a rest, Tangle. Franku-san! The weeaboos are coming to kill us, but aren't we Japanese? Apparently you have to have really round eyes. And be a cartoon to be considered Japanese by these people. Yeah, Frank apparently is part Japanese. So he plays a lot of different characters that he's made himself, like the Safari Man, who's just a Japanese man who lives in his closet. And was chased around by another character played by him called Weeaboo Jones, who does what all the weeaboos do, in which they walk around with fake Sharingan eyes and claim to know Japanese only because they went on Rosetta Stone.
Okay, this is... I can't imagine this particularly interesting viewing, but
That's why
what
I'm
can
trying
I
to
do?
keep this. I don't know. It's too bad they can't. Blowing shit up just can't fix things.
Hashtag frustrating.
Hashtag I'm gonna slap you, you fucking lemur.
Huh.
Ian Flynn's fake Sally.
His adopted daughter.
Well, at this point, the sales for the comic he's making are down. I don't think he really fucking cares about that, to be honest. Because he's got other projects he can just go on at this point. So I don't really think he cares if his comic doesn't sell very well, but it's bad for the reputation and, well, Flynn. To be honest, to me, this was Flynn's one and only chance. In a industry like the comic book industry that's really not having a good time right now, this was his chance to prove that he was everything he said he was and everyone thought he was. And it turns out he's nothing like what they thought he was.
He's a phony.
He pretty much is at this point. Yeah, he is at this point, and that's the depressing part. He's really not that good. I mean, he got upset because the first 4 issues worked by a formula, and he was claiming it wasn't formulaic, then blocked the person who proved it was.
He's a phony.
A great big phony.
Also, he didn't like when people made fun of his characters and said they were rip-offs of everyone else's characters. I mean, they also blamed him for the death of Jeffrey St. John.
Right, well now I know roughly what to do.
Hooray! Oh!
Did you want to do
Hashtag taken out to dry.
Yeah, apparently it was Flynn that turned Jeffrey St. John evil. So that's a thing.
Well, it's no skin off our nose.
Yeah. Did you want to join my stream on because I won't be able to stream?
Well, it's not anymore, no, because he
is it?
basically, he's gotten rid of all those characters and now, well...
I think it's a bit
Pendus
late
hasn't.
for me now, Jack, to be honest. Sorry about that. But go ahead and do one. I might watch and join in the comments. Okay, they need to agree amongst themselves forever whether X or R2 makes vehicles go. Just like all shooters ever have to agree on a crouch button.
Indeed. Oh yeah, Ian, while you're here, I keep forgetting to tell you. I was looking through the thing, these Silent Hill myths that are not true.
Yeah.
And the number one was one in particular that you've mentioned to me.
Yeah.
Can you guess which one it is?
No.
I'll give you a clue. Silent Hill 4.
Silent Hill. Remind me.
Wasn't there a particular human being who decided that there was all this symbolism put into a game that ultimately wasn't actually there?
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that was mentioned about the guy who decided that everything in Silent Hill 2 was about circumcision.
Yeah.
Yeah, they mentioned. Yeah, this woman, she used to be on that guy with the glasses, but she did a Silent. Yeah, she did a Silent Hill thing on the various things. She did other ones like is Laura real? Was one of them.
Yeah, I thought
or is Pyramid Head really having sex with that thing? But the one that brought up was the guy saying that everything in Silent Hill 4 was symbolism for circumcision. And, the fact that in order to debunk it, someone actually linked it to one of the creators of Silent Hill 4, who responded with, "What?"
Well, he was the translator.
Yeah, the translator was just like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "I think he just didn't understand what an umbilicus was."
And the thing is, when the translator said that, the guy said, "I don't care for any of the for a mere translator. I would want to hear it from one of the actual creators. Otherwise, this thing is staying on the wiki."
Yeah, that was the thing. The thing is that he had nothing to back it up. Made loads of things about genital mutilation for some reason, and then every time someone tried to fix it, he would then turn it back and then kick them off. And then thankfully, they managed to remove him from the website. But he does the same thing to things like Xenogears.
Yeah.
But everything is about. He's got an unhealthy obsession with everything being about the evils of circumcision.
Yeah, and
from a culture that ultimately doesn't practice it in the first place.
Yeah, thing is though, the guy in charge of the wiki is said we're gonna have a talk with him about it. We had a talk with him on Skype about it, and there was no talking to him. He was just batshit crazy.
Finding batshit crazy people is just kind of what you and me seem to do these days. I'm surprised we don't have our own fucking channel to do that.
Yeah. Because Chris Chan would take up most of it.
Actually, I think Chris Chan only takes up a small bit, purely because what has been said about Chris Chan has already been explained everywhere else. I mean, hell, even Not a Robot, pretty much, when he was explaining Christian Weston Chandler, he made it a very short video, because his main point was about his whole lack of understanding of United States politics. But he said, look, there are people who have done a much better job of explaining him than anyone else, than I could ever do. And then links people to the videos, going, look, just watch here.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to do Sephiroth's slave.
Yeah.
And the woman who thought she was married to Optimus Prime.
And the girl who was in love with Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, that woman. We've also got to find that woman who thought it was smart to name her child Naruto. I'm waiting for that one woman to name her children Kakarot. So the next Dragon Ball thing I'm waiting for is the movie, just to see who this new Saiyan is.
Yeah, it might be Broly.
Yeah, I have heard it might be Broly. That would be a fucking twist, wouldn't it?
It would, but apparently it's being written by Akira Toriyama, so I doubt even if it was, it would be as bad as the Broly we know.
Well, keep in mind, Akira Toriyama did design some of Broly, he's designed some of the other Saiyan characters, but, he hasn't really done much with the character. So it wouldn't be, we'd get Broly redeemed, at least.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, and I did watch a thing where Not a Robot tried to explain that Mecha Cooler is a lot more powerful than people give him credit for, which is Really true when you look at it, as bad as the movie is.
Yeah.
You think
He's really fucking powerful. I mean, you know, he can make multiple clones of his own body. Both of which, one of which required 2 Saiyans to, you know, even smash through.
you think Broly would be voiced by Vic Mignogna again?
Possibly.
Vic
If it
Mignogna,
is
probably.
It's kind of funny because Broly's voiced by Edward Elric.
I know. My friend actually saw him at a convention, and but at that one convention, apparently he wasn't very interested in talking about any of his roles. He was more interested in turning up at an anime convention to talk about Christianity.
Well,
Apparently it was super fucking awkward. But I know that he hates playing Broly.
And it was awkward for everyone.
Yeah. Though I will say, from the original, I watched the original Full Metal Alchemist, and I have to say my favourite part, that's only in that, is the whole tiny miniskirts thing. They've even brought that back for that meme, that "prove me wrong" meme, with the guy standing at the table that says "prove me wrong." And it's got all female officers to wear miniskirts, and underneath it says, "Please, please prove him wrong." With Riza Hawkeye sitting next to him, looking very annoyed.
I think part of why Vic Mignogna doesn't like talking about his roles is because fans keep asking him to like do the same shit.
I can see that.
Because at every convention, fans always ask him to say Colonel Mustang looks dead sexy in a miniskirt.
Wow.
And it got very annoying for him.
I'm sure it did.
Well, I can't imagine Chris Sabat was too happy about constantly being asked to say it's over 9,000.
Even though he wasn't the one that said it. Well, the original guy is more than happy to say it.
Yeah. They got him back as copy Vegeta, not coffee Vegeta.
Joe Coffee Vegeta? The Saiyan Iron Man? Da 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 da.
Yeah, but what was I gonna?
They got the original Vegeta guy to do the voice of Vegeta.
The evil copy of Vegeta in the mini arc in Super. They got Brian Drummond to voice him. So you got Chris Sabat or like regular Vegeta and the original Vegeta in the same episode.
That is 50 Shades of awesome.
Yeah. Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna try this one more time, but we are over 2 hours, so. That next death or natural ending point, I think we should call it. Okay, I think we should call it now. I'll save here. Although apparently the campaign is over 50% complete. Alright. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Ian, where can we find more of you? Alright. Sam, anything to plug? Right. Yeah. Okay, thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Bye.